Hi parents, it's Miss Branham. This time I'm showing you how to add and subtract fractions. So we're going to start with adding like fractions, which is fairly simple for our students because the denominators are the same. So our like fractions that we could add would be 1/4 plus 1/4 equals blank. The students know that when we normally do addition with bar models, they have a part plus the other part equals the whole thing. So we did the same basic thing with a fraction. We start by drawing your fraction bar or your bar model, and we're going to break it into fourths because your denominator is 4, which means 4 equal parts. And then we represent these two parts. We have 1/4 here plus one more fourth here, and together that makes 2/4. In some cases, the directions will ask the answers to be in simplest form. So to simplify, we know that the common factor between these is 2. So 2 divided by 2 is 1, and 4 divided by 2 is 2. So 1/4 plus 1/4 equals 2/4, which is the same as 1/2. So I'm also going to show you how to add unlike fractions. So we're going to do 1/12 plus 1/4 equals blank. Again, we're putting these two parts together to find the total. And I let them choose whichever one they want to draw first. Let's do 12ths because it's here first. So I would make my bar 12 equal parts. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 parts. I am adding one of these 12ths, 1/12, and then I have to add the 4th. These are 12ths, so I can't just add one more because that wouldn't be 12ths. So we're going to take this 1/4 off to the side, and we want to make the denominator 12ths. So if we have 12ths, what can we do to 4? We can multiply times 3. Whatever you do to the denominator, you must also do to the numerator. So 1 times 3 is 3. So then instead of 1/4, we're just going to rename the fraction. It's still the same amount, but we're going to call it 3/12 instead. So now we're adding 1/12 plus 3/12. So I need to add 1, 2, 3 more parts here. And so I only use those together. That is 4/12. Because 1 plus 3 is 4, and our denominator is 12. Again, sometimes it's going to ask you to do this in simplest form, so you would divide both of those by 4, and you would have 1/3. So this is what your students have been seeing in class. They may see unlike fractions, and they have to turn them into like fractions. I'm going to do one more example because sometimes they have them add not just 2 parts, but 3 parts. So this time I wanted to do 1/9. Actually, I want to start with 2/3 is what I want to start with to show you how to do it the other way. Plus 1/9 plus 1/9. So this time, maybe they get to this one and they just want to start with this first number. Well, it's 2/3, so we take our bar and break it into 3 equal parts because your denominator is 3, so that's thirds. And now I have to add ninths. How do I add ninths to thirds? Well, I'm going to have to take these thirds and turn them into ninths. So somewhere off to the side, they would write 2/3, and we want them to become ninths. What do we do to 3 to turn it into ninths? We would multiply times 3. And on a bar model, what that means is I'm taking one part and I'm turning it into 3 parts. Oh, I never put my 2/3 on there. That was the original 2/3, sorry. So I took this one part and turned it into 3 parts. I take this one part and turn it into 3 parts. And I take this and turn it into 3 parts because we multiplied times 3. So now this 2/3 has become 6/9. And you can see that because here was 1/3, here was the other, but now that we've multiplied it, we now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 9 equal parts. I didn't change the amount, I just changed the name of the fraction. I wrote the equivalent fraction. So now we've got 6/9. I should have made this smaller, sorry. Now we've got 6/9 plus 1/9, add another part here, plus another 9th, add one more part here, And now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 all together out of 9. So we now have 8 ninths. Eventually your students will get to where they don't need to draw the picture. They can look at this and see that we have different denominators and we have to turn them into like fractions where they have the same denominator. But until then they can use this to help them. And then once they get to this part where they can do it without the picture, they can use the picture to help them check. I hope that is helpful. I'll send a subtraction video soon. Thanks.